Hello, 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 and welcome to Fun Funnel Friday. I am Mia Elise, and every Friday I come to you with a topic around funnels. And usually, almost always, it is something off the cuff where I have experienced this week in my funnel building travels, and I share some insights or training with you. So today we are talking about PayPal because PayPal has been one of the things that I have been adamantly against when it comes to online sales funnels, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But as of lately, it's been one of those things that has come up, topics that has come up in our groups and clients. So we're going to talk about PayPal today. I'm going to just take a moment and make sure that we're actually live. All right, we're solid. You know, technology. I always have to double check. Okay, so PayPal. Let's talk about PayPal. All the reasons why people love PayPal. PayPal is easy. It's somewhat secure. You can use it in all countries, I believe, most countries, and it's easy for most people. It's just easy. Like all you need is your email address and your password, and you can pay for anything online with PayPal. Why I don't love PayPal for digital entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs, is for the main reason is because PayPal 10 times out of 10 will side with the customer. So if there's ever a dispute, especially when it comes to digital products, because PayPal does not super love digital products as a service or a delivery or whatever, they will always side with the customer. So if a customer says, I didn't receive this or I want my money back for whatever reason, PayPal will say, okay, sure. And they will refund the money. So as a consumer, this is a really good thing for you because if you don't receive your product or it was a bad experience or the business owner doesn't refund your money for whatever reason, PayPal will almost always side with you, which is a good thing as a consumer. And that's why a lot of people use PayPal over any other thing. So even if they have their credit card in their hand, they will choose PayPal over some other way of entering in their credit card information because there's that bit of security. It's also why people buy from Costco because Costco will literally take anything back. We purchased a mattress from them recently, absolutely hated it. So we returned it, opened, slept on, they take it back. So PayPal's kind of the same thing. That's why people love it. I read a statistic recently that was like, if you are not offering PayPal as an option, 70, like you're losing 70% of your customers, or like there's a 70% bounce rate if you're not offering PayPal to your customers. So that, I probably butchered that statistic, but there was a 70% in there, and not offering PayPal was the correlation. So we're going to go with it. That caused us to pause. Now, the reason why we've not ever integrated PayPal, I guess reason number two, why we've never integrated PayPal with ClickFunnels in the past is because inside of ClickFunnels, the options are that you can either choose PayPal or you can choose some other payment processing thing. You can't do both. So when given the option, we chose Stripe over PayPal. And that's what we recommend all of our people do, is choose Stripe over PayPal. There was never a way to say Stripe or PayPal until recently. So in the last month or so, I don't know if you've ever heard of ClickFunnels Pro Tools, but there's a service that you can buy into, or a membership that you can buy into, where you can do add-ons into ClickFunnels. And one of those add-ons is PayPal. So you pay a monthly membership. I am not an affiliate for ClickFunnels Pro Tools. They don't have an affiliate system. Otherwise, I would recommend the heck out of them. But if you just type in cfprotools.com, you'll come up with it. And it's $37 a month, or I want to say $370 for the year, or something like that. And you have the ability to create these add-ons, and one of them is PayPal. So we thought we would try it out this month and see what it's all about. One of our clients also wants to try out PayPal. So we tested it first to see how it would go, and we're going to include it onto their funnel as well. So let's talk about our experience and whether or not you should be adding PayPal or not. So to give you a bit of a backstory, we were selling a high ticket toolkit masterclass, which included a 2-hour masterclass and then some tools for people to use to do their high ticket sales planning. $19.99. So it was a low ticket offer. And I think we had an $11 order bump. So all in all, people were paying about $30.60 or $30.95 if they bought both options. So we tried it out. And what this plugin does, or this add-on does, is you create 2 different versions of the product. One is a Stripe version, one is a PayPal version. And then the add-on chooses which product to charge based off of what payment processing the person chooses. So they could choose Stripe, or I guess just regular credit card. They don't necessarily know that it's Stripe, but they could choose to pay with their credit card, or they could choose to pay PayPal. If they choose to pay PayPal, they click the button and then the PayPal thing comes up. And it does theoretically all the things that that the Stripe integration does, where it adds them into our active campaign, it fires off the Zap, and then the Zap adds them into our Thinkific toolkit, all that stuff. So we were really excited because we were like, okay, we're going to try this out. I added in my own personal PayPal because we don't have a business PayPal just yet. And it takes time to get all that verified. So I added in my own personal PayPal just to test this thing. And I will tell you, it was very exciting to get those notifications, like PayPal notification after notification after notification. Super exciting. And I would say that probably about 40% chose PayPal. So when we did all of the numbers after the fact, and the numbers are a bit skewed because we didn't have the PayPal option in the beginning. So the first couple of days where we were selling the high ticket toolkit, we didn't have PayPal as an option. And then, so we sold about $500 worth of products before we added the PayPal integration. But about 40% or so, 40 to 45% of people who were given the option of PayPal chose PayPal. What was also interesting about this was people who've purchased things from us in the past. We've never had a PayPal integration before. So people who've purchased things from us in the past bought it through through the Stripe integration. When given the option to choose PayPal, they chose PayPal. So just behaviorally, that was kind of an interesting realization that when given the option, most people, or at least half of the people, will choose PayPal. So that was interesting note number 1. We were really excited about all of the numbers, and we were super excited about the PayPal thing until we started getting customer service emails out the wazoo. And it felt like out the wazoo. It could have been just a small handful, but when you're receiving multiple emails for the same issue, it feels like a lot. So the issue that we were having was some people who paid through PayPal were not getting added into Thinkific, and they were not getting access to their stuff. I would say probably 10 to 15 of the 150 sales that we made did not get access to their stuff. And that to me feels like a really big number. And so then it became a customer service nightmare, in my opinion. I don't actually handle our customer service, so it might not have actually been that much of a nightmare. But for me, it was incredibly frustrating because people's PayPal addresses are different than the email address that they typically sign up with. So that felt like a huge headache to try and figure out inside of ClickFunnels, what email did they sign up with so that I can get them registered into the Thinkific account under the correct account, because a lot of people who bought into our masterclass were repeat customers or repeat clients. And so they have already inside of Thinkific their account set up. So for me to try and make sure that they get access under the right email address felt really overwhelming to me. And how I would find out that they wouldn't have access is they would respond to the PayPal notification that they got, which is my personal email address. So they would respond to the PayPal notification, and then they would say, I can't find access to this. I don't know how to get into the masterclass, et cetera, et cetera. So then I would see that. I would see their email address that is on the PayPal receipt, and I would try and go and do some digging. But the problem is that email address is probably different than the one that they signed up with inside of ClickFunnels. So it felt like this big hassle to me to have to go and hunt down the person, that the actual email address that they purchased under, make sure that they get logged into Thinkific correctly. Like, it was a major pain. However, when I spoke with Sally, who handles our customer service, she feels like the money that we made through PayPal made it worth the time and energy that she had to spend to make sure that people got into Thinkific. On my part, I don't know that from a customer experience standpoint that felt like a really great experience for them. And maybe they won't want to continue buying from us. Even if they do join the masterclass, get great value from it, those 10 to 15 people may feel like, because that experience, it took them a really long time to get into the masterclass, they had to email about access. I actually had one woman purchase 4 times. So her card got charged 4 times because she never got access to the thing. So I had to give her 3 refunds. So that's an issue. And I feel like you're right, Ginger, that it's a ClickFunnels issue. So if you're using ClickFunnels specifically, it's probably like terrible not really terrible. You're just going to have more customer service issues if you're trying to use PayPal and the credit card integration through this ClickFunnels Pro Tools add-on. Is it worth the energy and effort and the extra money that you're going to make? I don't know. You'll have to weigh that out for yourself. If you are using something else where the PayPal integration is actually fairly decent, like for instance, inside of Thinkific, people can buy directly in Thinkific, and then they have the option of PayPal or credit card, and then they get access right away, then that's, another thing. So if you're using a platform where PayPal is an option and it's like natively integrated into the platform, then by all means, I say absolutely use PayPal. You will probably run into some of similar issues. So I know for one client that I'm working with right now, when I asked her, I know she uses BigCommerce, and when I asked her about PayPal, she said that they don't use PayPal because part of the problem is that if people check out inside of PayPal from their BigCommerce website, they get added into their BigCommerce like database under the PayPal email address that they use, which might not match the email address that they have on file for that person. And so now there's like 2 accounts and there's information in one account versus the other, and it becomes a nightmare headache for them. So they choose not to use PayPal. Mandy says, I choose PayPal to keep track of what I buy because I would forget, and then there's a record. Yeah, for sure. So like if you are not, if you want to keep a record somehow of what you buy, I use PayPal all the time. And honestly, I use PayPal credit as well, because I have a credit limit with PayPal. So sometimes when I'm making large purchases, if it's over a certain dollar amount, I get 0% interest for X number of months or whatever. So if I'm making a large purchase, I'll actually use PayPal credit a lot of times. That's how I bought my Vitamix. So it's not always a bad thing to offer PayPal. And especially if you have a larger priced item, being able to offer PayPal credit might actually work in your favor. Just understanding that there's some downsides and some upsides to using PayPal, and you have to understand the devils of both and weigh both options and decide which one do you want to deal with. Miss Meg says, I feel like PayPal doesn't play nice with a lot of other platforms. It's true. Husband runs an Etsy shop and he always has to quadruple check contact emails and shipping addresses. Yeah, because they will just pull whatever they have on file, which most people who do PayPal have like that email address from, I don't know, whenever they set up their PayPal account could be 10 plus years ago. So the address might not be the same. The email address might be an email address that they don't even have access to anymore. Like that could be a problem. So you really just need to weigh out the pros and the cons of whether PayPal is right for you. For us, we are going to try it one more time on our micro offer funnel and see what kind of headache that causes or what kind of conversion rate increase or decrease that causes. If it exponentially increases our conversion rate, we may deal with the headache. If not, then we may choose that PayPal is not right for us. And that is what I have preached for a really long time, is if you are a digital course creator or a digital product seller, that PayPal really should not be within your repertoire. But yeah, 2001, Meg, that's when you created yours, so long ago, right? So the email address might not even be useful anymore. I've always said that if you're selling digital products, do not use PayPal because they will always side with the consumer. So if the consumer wants a refund, PayPal will always give them a refund, even if you have a contract. So, however, my tune has changed a little bit because we offer a money back guarantee, which makes it super simple. If you buy something from us, then and you ask for a refund within 30 days, we will, no questions asked, just give you a refund on all of our lower priced items. And so you might want to take that stance as well of if it's under $100 or whatever that you absolutely want to offer PayPal, it might be worth it for you. If it's your flagship offer, like if it's, a couple $100 or more, I would say probably not, because if somebody has to actually walk and go get their credit card, they are more committed to the thing that they are buying, right? So they really want it, which means that your refund rate probably will go down. If it's too easy to buy, and I hate saying that phrase, but if it's too easy to buy, sometimes people buy it because it's easy. They know that they can get a refund. So they just check out, in the middle of the night or whatever, and then never use it and then ask for a refund, and PayPal will give it to them regardless. So my answer to you is weigh out the pros and cons, give it a try if you'd like to try it out, see how it goes. If you are using ClickFunnels and you want to add that integration or that add-on to it, ClickFunnels Pro Tools is the plugin that you want. It's $37 a month. I do not have an affiliate link because they don't have a program set up yet. Otherwise I would. But check it out. You can check it out for a month, see if it works for you. And then if not, just cancel it, remove it. Easy peasy. All right, friends, it is Friday and it's 3:09 my time. I think I'm going to check out for the rest of the day. So have an amazing weekend. I will see you again next Friday for Fun Funnel Friday, where no doubt we will have a topic that I have not thought of yet, but will probably be something I experience in the week. So have a great weekend and I will see you next time.